Monday Night Lights NASCAR Racing 2003 League. Welcome back to the recap video for race number 2, Pocono short track, 63 laps. It's a balmy 70 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Right here we got the starting grid, couple of new additions. We have Tingley on the pole, we have Lucena, and we have Zanstra. So with some new drivers in the field, it will topsy-turvy the standings a little bit, but the more the merrier. Makes for better racing, makes for better outcomes, makes for better points. Pocono short track is just over half a mile. It's a lot more fun to watch than regular Pocono, which is like about 3,000 miles long. So this short track racing, I believe, is always where it's at. We're coming around here as the field coming in to a green flag. We thank you again for watching. Michael Covil up in the booth calls this race live every week on Monday nights. And there we have the green flag. For links to Michael Colville's broadcast, you can see the description below, and that'll lead you to his channel where he will call the race live every Monday night around 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As we watch the race, everybody settles into a single file position. Tingley leading everybody around for the first lap to almost be completed here. And as we focus on car number 17 in the car number 310, we see here this lap is finally complete. This track has some very unique characteristics. As you saw there, the pit wall, the front straight's very extremely wide. It's one of the great things about Pocono. You can get real wide on the front straightaway. The entrance to pit road is a little bit suspect, and things can get a little hoppy sometimes. So we're going to go on board here at the 17 car. Let's switch on over to the 17 car and we'll show you how close and how peculiar positioning of this wall here. And that's exactly how the drivers want to cut it, as close to that wall as they can. Get optimal speed carried out of that turn onto the front straightaway. Time for some driver spotlights. This week, San Luis in the number 28 car. It's his first week, actually. It's race number 2. Missed the first race. It doesn't matter. Ever since he was a wee lad, he liked going fast. So fast, his mom and dad have actually told us on the side. He doesn't want you to know this. He is the fastest at building gingerbread houses. 44 square footer in less than a minute. Guy's amazing. Ethan Zanstra in the number 15 car, who actually was born and raised in Hawaii. Big fan of chewing bubblegum. He chewed so much bubblegum one time he would keep it all in a shoebox. He ended up with 16 shoe boxes over the course of his life. Now that got him a spearmint gum sponsorship in a go-kart league, which then led obviously to a position in NASCAR. Quite the career path. As we focus back on the race, coming down the back straight into turn 3, we got the 310. Right on the 42, gets him a little bit sideways. Great skill by the 42 to hold on to it. He blends back into the line, taps the 310, into the wall, hit by the 44, almost rolled it. Caution on the speedway. Now that was very lucky nobody got seriously injured. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to stop talking. We're going to get inside the 72 car because he was behind that. And we're basically going to allow you to hear the carnage as it happens. So let's crank her up. Here's another amazing display of skill. The 15 sees it happen and tries to avoid hard on the brakes and avoids contact completely. So his car remains pristine condition, which is what we always like to see. But, accidents happen, and that was definitely one of them. We're going to focus on the 42 again as they enter the back straightaway. He makes the pass clearly on the 310 car. Gets in front, lots of room. Spotter says he's clear. It's perfectly clear. It's just a racing deal. A little bit of trading paint. Nice save. And then a little bit of contact. And it's just amazing how nobody else made contact after the 44. With the 72 and the 15 in close proximity, here's replay. 72 avoids as the 44 sends the 310 almost into a flip. Well, we got lucky on that one. And hopefully everybody will be okay. So we'll continue on with the race here. Slow motion replay completo. So now with a full course yellow out on the Pocono short track, we'll fast forward one more lap to the opening of pit road. Everybody will come down except for the 15. You can see the left of your screen. Full service for everybody. There's the 2.5, the 1.7, the 7.2, the 3.10, the 44 comes in. 42's already on pit road because he had damage. And there is the number 28. And like I say, this very good stops by everyone. They all get out in good time. Looks like most of them took 4 tires. Top up on the fuel. It's a long race. You usually need to pit at least once. As you can see there, the 15 car opted to stay out and get a couple laps under his belt on the lead, which is always good for points. Leading some laps is always a bonus. We've spared no expense here on week number 3. We've invested in a brand new cable-driven sky camera. A combination of a drone on a cable-driven system. Our cameraman getting fancy with that one. Here's the view from the flag stand. Green flag coming at you. The drivers take lap 17 under green into turn 1. Now as we follow the cars under the back straightaway, led by the 17 and the 25, it appears to me that the 25 bumped the 15 a little bit, but the 15 will receive a black flag there for charging down into the turn and causing an accident. He then gets spun around. A dangerous driving penalty minus 1 lap for the 15. That penalty can basically be served by driving through the pits and just going to the end of the longest line. With the 15 car in the back, we go green again. This time the pack is led by the 25. Down into turn 1 we go. Now we're going to observe here the 17 in hot pursuit of the 44 when something clearly snaps on the 17. He goes into a spin all by himself. Well, we have trackside analysis. Jimothy Jeffries able to give us an explanation. JJ, what's going on?
Woo, boy, I tell you what, when he was coming around that corner, I was thinking, man, he gonna play slip and slide like he's in a double wide, like he's down at Slipper and Mike's, down at the old water park down off I-95. I'll tell you what, when he was coming around the corner, I heard a distinct snippety-snappity, like something had done sprung loose. And I was thinking maybe his caparosity had done snapped and whipped back into his differential.
Well, thank you, Jimothy. Glad to have you on the team. Blue flag being shown here to the 28 car. That just means yield. And possibly a little bit slower. The leaders are coming up on you. Blue flags will be shown. There goes the 2.5 and there goes the 4.2. The 28 yields nicely to both of them. And his race continues on. Now keep in mind the 28 could be a little bit off pace because there could be something wrong with his differential or his caparosity, but they need to show the blue flag either way. Well, how about we move on to some driver spotlights, learn some more about Liam and Noah. We have a good friend Ernie here to fill us in.
Hey, it's your old friend Ernie here with some driver profiles for you. Let's talk about some of these fine automobile technicians. Now first up, we got us a Liam Tingley. Now, he's been caught fishing without a license over 47 times in the state of Iowa. He's been told if he gets caught doing it one more time, they're gonna put him to death. So these days, when he puts his feelers out, he ain't putting it on a fishing pole no more. He done put it on the steering wheel of one of these NASCAR go-go machines. Coming around now, we got us a Noah Degenhart Jr. Now, I did a little digging and investigated into Junior's background, and evidently, he's a big fan of wiping his nose with a moist towelette and basket weaving, which I'm told he's not very good at by friends and family. But he still tries that he might. Good thing this NASCAR thing's working out for him, if you know what I'm saying to you.
Wow, well, Ernie was talking righteous accident there by the 17 being shown a black flag. He's leaking fluid and dropping debris. He's being penalized for that after that nasty hit on that pit wall we highlighted early in the race, how it was in a peculiar position. And my goodness, Noah right there absolutely just hammered that wall. And this is actually going to force him into the garage. His day is done early, and hopefully he's doing okay. Well, we move ahead from lap 38 with Noah's retirement to lap 47. We'll see the 42 car driving the mellow yellow coming down pit road, making a pit stop under green. And let's just talk about the 25 driven by Liam Tingley here for a second. Tingley is absolutely dominating this race. He's been in first the whole time with a gigantic lead. Now, we're going to listen to some radio chatter from the 42. He's being handed a black flag. He is now in a conversation with race control. Let's listen.
32 need the black flag cleared, by the way, whenever whoever has to serve gets around it. Who does? 32.
42, you have to serve your black flag. You got them to read.
So there we heard the response from race control saying that the 42 does indeed have to serve this black flag. Now, curious as to what it was for, we just watched him make a green flag pit stop. It's possible he ran over an air wrench or something, which is a penalty. We're going to take a look at the replay here to see what it actually was. They are saying it was an unsafe merger off of pit road. Right there, he would be allowed to merge, I believe. So merging far too early for the 42. That's why race control said the penalty stands and he must serve that pass-through penalty. Fast forward to lap number 51-52 as we watch the 310 get inside the 72 and take that position away from him. Moving himself into second place, the 7-2 is back into third. Both of those cars are on the lead lap, and everybody from fourth down is one lap down at least. And as you can see from the real-time scoring in the top left of your screen, the 25 of Liam, this is driving away from everybody. Right on this lap now, when the 310 overtook the 7-2, he was 12.9 away from Liam. And the update comes in for this current lap, and he added a second. The 25 car is just dominating. We go to the eye in the sky in a helicopter. We watch the 42 get into the 15. The 15 is over. Onto his roof. Almost did two flips. Yellow flag is out. Full course yellow. Is a shame for the number 25. Having almost a 14-second lead over the second place car. So with the yellow out, everybody goes into the pits. 72 misses. You have to be inside the box to get service. All four tires have to be inside the box, and the 72 makes a big mistake there. The 72 will hold on to position number 3, but I think it's time to nuzzle up to your volume knobs and crank it up to 12,000. Crank her up, everybody. So as we move around to the final lap of the race, the chase is on to try to catch the 25. He got such a good hop at the start of that restart there. He's already a second ahead of everybody pretty much. He's going to take the white flag. We'll get updated scoring at the top left. If you see, the distance between the 310 and the leader is now 1.1 seconds. Within a lap, the 25 has added 1 second to second place. The gap is amazing. Anyway, we've got white flag in the air. The 25 so dominant in this race. Such an honor to race with Mr. Tingley. And there he takes the checkered flag. In position 2, 3, 4. I'll come in behind. Another fantastic race in the books here at Monday Night Lights. Here's the points standings so far after 2. Keep in mind that points column you see there is stock NASCAR Racing 2003. Does not reflect the Monday Night Lights point system. They use a different point system, as you can see here. We have a 3-way tie for the 4th position. Pretty tight so far. Everybody's got some good racing under their belts. This is going to be a very competitive season. There's Connor, Sam, Billy, Noah, and Ethan. rounding out the 11 drivers that are currently part of this, possibly more to be added to the list next week. Remember, too, that Michael Covil calls this race live. Here's a quick look at the penalties for dropping debris. Forced to pit, and he actually retired in an unsafe... It was actually a stop and go. I thought it was just a drive-through. Stop and go penalty. Next week we're going to be at Darlington. And then week 4, Talladega. Not sure if we're running restrictor plates. If we are not, speeds over 220 mile an hour could happen. Monday Night Lights, also known as MNL. As you can see there, we broadcast live Monday nights at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern. Michael Covil's channel is linked below if you want to listen to the race and watch it live with him. Also, a big thank you goes out to Ernie, our special guest analysis. Until next week, have yourself some good mosh pitting and always keep one hand in the ocean.